Hi, I'm here with the Mayor Rosas and his team with the City of Dunkirk. The city's State of the City address is scheduled to begin in about 10 minutes with the Honorable Mayor Wilfred Rosas, so stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us. The State of the City address will start momentarily. Stay tuned on Spectrum, channel 1301.
And DunkirkAccess.com.
Check. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check, check, check. Is this on? It's on. Check 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2. All right, so if you could take your seats, we'll get started with the event here. Well, I'd like to welcome you all. My name is Hector Rosas. I'm in Department of Development and Special Events Director, and we're just happy to have as many people as we do have today with the horrid winter weather that Western New York experiences at this time of year. But it's a privilege to be able to MC this again, third annual State of the City address given by Mayor Wilfred Rosas. So before we start, I'd like to announce the councilman present with us at this time. If we could have a round of applause for Councilman Bamanto, Second Ward Councilman. How about a round of applause for Councilman Civalero, Mike? And at this time, I'd like to call Frank Beach up to the podium so he can perform our Star Spangled Banner for us. Thank you. How about a round of applause for Frank?
Thank you. Thank you. If you would, well, you already rose, so I don't have to do that part. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stars and bright scars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, thank you. How about a round of applause for Frank Beach? Frank is new to our community here. He moved in from Indianapolis, Indiana, once he saw the progress that was taking place under Mayor Rosas, and he's done a lot with the administration, and we thank Frank for that rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Again, I want to welcome you all here and to the Mayor's State of the City address, and at this time, I'd like to recognize some of the people here who made this trip from afar to be with us today. Beginning with the Hispanic Heritage Council's CEO, Casimiro Rodriguez. The Hispanics United of Buffalo, the CEO here, responsible for the Methadone Clinic, working with Mayor Rosas. If I could have CEO Gino Russi stand up, please. Dave Rodriguez, the attorney for the Hub, Hispanics United Buffalo, please. We also have with us the historian for the city of Dunkirk, appointed by Mayor Rosas, Diane Andrasik. From JCC, we have Edwin Ramirez out of Jamestown. Thank you. The first of its kind hospital, GBON, the Greater Buffalo United Accountable Health Care Network Hospital. And its CEO here with us today, a very good friend of the family's here, Dr. Raul Vasquez is the CEO. Yvonne Augusto, Greater Buffalo United Accountable Health Care Network. Stand up, please. The Vice President. From Chautauqua County's Department of Health, Jose Quinones, a representative of Chautauqua County here with us. Mike Tributa, please. A round of applause to another mental health professional. A group of folks out of Buffalo that have been working with the city of Dunkirk on its new cost-saving program with the LED replacement energy solutions. LED Energy Solutions, Steve Holtz, the CEO. And his consultant, Russ Gugino. We also have the city's local newspaper with us, John DiAgostino, the editor. Dave Wilkinson, IBEU, or W, excuse me, the Union for the Electricians. Todd Tranum of the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce. There he is. United Way's new CEO, Adam Doltz. Ed Schober, Labella. Ed Schober's been working with us on many programs here in the city of Dunkirk with Mayor Rosas. And Rebecca Yanis, our Director of Planning and Development. Please. Dr. Kirk Young, Vice President, JCC, Jamestown Community College. Kurt Madum out of Dunkirk, Fredonia. DFT, there he is. I see Janelle Frazier just walked in, the director over at Chautauqua Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Nice to see you. Greg Krauser, former mayor of the city of Dunkirk. A gentleman who's done a lot for the community, Gary D'Amico, just retired from P&G Foods, and sorry to say we just lost P&G Foods, but Gary, nice to see you. Marla Connolly, New York State Parks. There she is. We also have the CEO of Fieldbrooks. I think I saw her walk in. I'm not sure if that was her. There she is. You can stand up, please, so people can put a face to the name. So I want to thank you again, Elizabeth Booth from the Dunkirk Chamber of Commerce, Dave Kleperic, Dunkirk Chamber of Commerce also. And I want to thank all the city employees that are here today and the city residents of the city of Dunkirk. We also have our highway superintendent. Did I mention Dick Pearl? There he is. There he is. Okay, let's see. I think it's time to introduce to you, I'm sorry, the mayor of the city of Dunkirk, the 41st mayor of the city of Dunkirk. People, if you could please join me in welcoming to the podium your 41st mayor of the city of Dunkirk, the Honorable Wilfred Rosas.
Thank you. Thank you. And welcome everyone here to City of Dunkirk Common Council Chambers here at City Hall. I would like to thank all of you for making the effort to be here today. With the weather conditions as they are, I didn't expect to see as many people here as I'm seeing. So I guess that's a good thing that people are interested in knowing what the state of affairs are in the city of Dunkirk. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge the presence of a couple colleagues that I work with. I'd like to start with the New York State Assemblyman, Andy Goodell. If you could stand up, please. My colleague again, Mr. Dick Pearl, Supervisor, Town of Dunkirk. President of SUNY Fredonia, Virginia Horvath. My colleague, also the mayor of the village of Fredonia, Mayor Athanasia Landis. I'd also like to acknowledge the City Democratic Chairman, Ned Devine, here with us today. And I would also like to acknowledge my lovely wife, Rosita. And my son, Jonah. And my son, Jordan. I would like to, before I begin, I would just like to thank all the staff members that were involved in helping me to put this program together. The program is going to be about 40 minutes. We did one last year, and we didn't include some of the minor, or what I don't want to say minor again, but some of the things that don't cost a lot of money but mean a lot in our community were not included in last year's presentation, so we made an effort to include them in this year's presentation. So we'll start right away. Safety and community health. In our police department, our city police department celebrated our 25th National Night Out, which is a milestone as many communities have dropped out of this program. When this program started many years ago, most of the police departments across the nation were participating. Over the years, many of them dropped out. The purpose of this event annually is to get our community, provide them an opportunity to meet our police officers informally and in an uncontrolled environment where they can actually interact with our police officers. So we're very proud of our police department and our police chief for the work that they do in reaching out to our community. Renovations and upgrades to our communications center in the police department have been completed in 2018. The center was completely gutted and remodeled with upgrades to the electrical system, desk furniture, computers, radios, and video monitoring. This was very important. One of the first things that I realized when I came into office, my background, if you don't know, is in police work. I'm a retired New York State trooper. And I realized right away that we were not only out of compliance, but the program that we had for our police department was not fair to our guys in that department. So I'm very proud to have been the mayor to address that issue. I've been told by the guys that these upgrades have really brought up the morale in our police department, and I'm very proud of that. We are not done there either. In 2019, we look to continue with further upgrades in our police department, including better security. We need to improve our security measures here in this building at City Hall. The city has grown over the years, but our facilities have stayed the same. We need to look to improve our facilities, and security is a major part of these upgrades. In 2018, we introduced our Breakfast with a Police Officer program. This program has been a huge success. Our officers continue to visit all of the schools each year and answer questions about police work. We do have an informal recruitment program with our police department. They do reach out into the community and into the schools, and we're always looking for a few good men to join our department. Our police department coordinated with other city departments to provide public safety for the Great Lakes Offshore Grand Prix and the 4th of July celebration. These are two of the biggest events in our city, ladies and gentlemen. As a former police officer, again, I can tell you how difficult and complicated it can be to provide security for these type of events. I commend our police department. They not only worked with coordinating with our other departments, including our fire department and our DPW, but also with other police departments. Homeland Security was involved, the U.S. Coast Guard was involved, the state police was involved, as well as many other departments. And I attended most of those meetings. I was very impressed with the professionalism shown by our police department. We participated. We participated in Santa for Seniors program. Our officers delivered baskets which contained food and daily living items for senior citizens. I actually went out there myself when they were doing this, and I can't tell you how proud I feel that our police department is actually reaching out in our community, and our senior citizens are part of that effort. In our fire department, the fire simulator training trailer continues to serve as a good training resource for our firemen in the city of Dunkirk. Our fire training grounds in the city of Dunkirk continues also to provide live fire training exercises for not only city firefighters, but for firefighters throughout the county. And again, we stand proud to be the leader in the North County area. We provide these services to other fire departments throughout the northern Chautauqua County area and other fire departments in the whole county. So we're very proud of that effort as well. In 2018, the city purchased 2 power lift stretchers for each department ambulance. These stretchers are important. This is the new way of conducting business in the fire department. The old way, of course, you knew we had to bend down with a stretcher, the old way. We've now moved into modern technology and we have these new ones. This is something that was requested by our fire chief, and we came through with providing him with that. Upgrades have been made to our equipment in the fire department and to each of our fire stations in the city. And again, I have to commend our firemen, our fire chief for the leadership. They have cooperated. Some of these guys actually know how to do some carpentry work, and they have been very helpful in each of those departments to be doing some of the work themselves. In 2019, we expect delivery of a new ambulance. This ambulance will cost us about $150,000. The good news is that we're able to raise funds from the services that this ambulance is providing to pay for this ambulance without having to bond for this. Our facade at fire headquarters was stripped and painted. The radio system has been upgraded. In 2018, we began use of the extractor washer and dryer units. And also in 2018, our fire department installed 33 smoke alarms in city residences. This is a program that we continuously provide to our citizens in the city of Dunkirk, and this is free of charge. In 2018, the city of Dunkirk issued 419 building permits. I always put that in there because this shows that home ownership is improving. We are now improving our housing stock as far as the conditions that they're in. In 2018, the demolition and environmental cleanup of the Altech Specialty Steel site was completed. The city will work with the property owner to market the site as an industrial or commercial site. The plan right from the get-go was to clean this place up. It took years to clean it up. This was a Superfund site. It cost about $5 million to clean this site up. But we have now completed the cleanup, and we're now moving into marketing stage on this project. Municipal facility and improvements, our water treatment plant upgrades are continuing. We just installed a new wash tank and removed the old tank. This was a big step in the right direction. This was something that we needed. It's part of a $23 million project at our water filtration plant. And we're very proud that this project is coming to finally completion in 2019. Upgrades and repairs at the wastewater treatment plant are continuing, with Phase 1 nearly complete. Phase 2 is set to begin next month, which will include new presses with modern equipment. Revenues from the wastewater treatment plant, which is our Fund 3, are continuing to increase. We're seeing an increase in this fund, which means, ladies and gentlemen, that something good is happening in the city of Dunkirk. That means that we are not only increasing revenues, but we have capacity now with these upgrades to bring in more industry and more businesses, which means more jobs here in the city of Dunkirk. In 2018, roof repairs were completed at City Hall. New security cameras were installed at the city's boardwalk. Upgrades to our phone and network infrastructure has been completed, and credit card payment options are now being offered. If you recall, if you were here last year, we stated to you that in 2018, we would be implementing credit card payment availability, and now we've already gotten that far. We're also going to be looking to offer online payments. Personnel improvements, we have a new Director of Human Resources that was hired in 2018. He's with us here today, Mr. David Campola. Mr. Campola brings with him over 40 years of experience in human resource management and labor relations to the city of Dunkirk. In 2018, through effective negotiations with our current insurance broker, the city reduced its liability insurance premium by $67,000. In 2018, we saw a significant reduction in health insurance expenses by joining the Labor Management Healthcare Fund. Due to our insurance consortium agreement, the city will have saved $300,000 in 2018 and 2019 combined. These are the things that are happening now in the city with negotiations. My job as mayor, pretty much every day, I sit down for at least 1 or 2 meetings, and I'm negotiating on behalf of the city. To have a professional like Mr. Campola sitting next to me in some of these negotiations is truly an asset to our city of Dunkirk. Employment policies and practices have been streamlined. A new employee orientation program has been developed and is being administered to all new employees. Federal and state mandated training for all city employees has been completed in 2018. When I came into office, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, what I walked into was the fact that we were out of compliance as far as training goes. There's mandated training at the federal level as well as the state level that we were out of compliance in. And I'm happy to report that as of the end of 2018, we are now in compliance. In 2018, together with the leadership of all city unions, the city created a labor management council. This will increase employee relations by providing an opportunity to communicate issues as they occur. This was important because, again, before I came in, if you recall last year, I reported that we did not have union contracts. We have 4 different unions in the city, and at one time, neither one of them had a contract. When I came in, we worked hard, and we were able to get every city employee now is under contract. That was a huge, huge accomplishment, and now we have the Labor Management Council, which provides us an opportunity to deal with issues and grievances as they come up before it becomes an official grievance. And I have to credit Mr. Campola for his efforts in making this happen, as well as all the union membership that's here and the leadership in these unions who agreed to come on board and give this a try. Fiscal responsibility. In 2017, our audit shows the city finished the year in the black by almost $1.6 million. Outstanding interfund loans were reduced by 21% in 2018. Our goal for 2019 is to reduce our interfund loan balances by 82% to $480,000. This will be accomplished by strict control of the city's budget through positive implementation of our policies and procedures. And I just want to touch a bit there, is that we finished the year in 2016 in the black by almost $2 million. And in 2017, it was almost $1.6 million. What we did with these funds is we paid off some of these debts, these capital project debts that we had that had not been closed out. Some of these debts were incurred over a decade ago. So we have now placed the city in a position where our credit rating is beginning to increase, and we don't have any interest rates to be paying because we're paying off these capital loans. The new policies and procedures implemented in 2016 have begun to show positive outcomes. This has become confirmed by the official audit presentations of the previous 2 years, which shows this administration has finished in the black by over $3 million. We are currently working on the 2018 audit, which we expect will show, yet again, the city will finish the year with a surplus. This again goes to tell you that we have been working hard to put in different policies. Some of the procedures that we have had in place even before I came on were just not being followed. Under my administration, I run a strict, strict program, and nothing gets approved. We have 3 levels of approval. The department head, that approval states that he needs the item that they're asking for. Fiscal affairs officer's approval basically means that the funds were budgeted for this item. And my final approval means it moves forward. That's a policy that I'm very strict with, and sometimes it may cause issues when we need items in an emergent need. But when that happens, we do have a system in place where they come to me directly, and then we address that accordingly. In preparing for the NRG loss, many times people come to me and say, well, what are you doing about the NRG loss? How are you preparing for that? Well, in 2018, we became the sole supplier of the North County Water District of water, which increases our revenue by $500,000 per year. Our LED project, which again is a very exciting project, all of our lights are going to be converted to LED, which will save taxpayers $250,000 per year. And I see that Steve is here with us. He is the president of the LED company. Steve, if you could stand up and be recognized. We did make an announcement a few weeks ago about this project, and in that announcement, the city received a check for $100,000 as an incentive to complete this project. We're looking to complete this project within the first 6 months of the year. And again, this project alone will begin to save city taxpayers $250,000 annually. The water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant capital projects will net the city of savings of $100,000 per year in chemical purchases. Currently, we're spending a lot more money on chemicals than we should be because we need to upgrade our plants. Updates to the equipment will save the city an estimated $50,000 in repairs and maintenance. After the LED project is complete, the city will look to implement solar energy for further cost savings at our water treatment plant and our wastewater treatment plant. Private business investment. Dunkirk Special Metals and Dunkirk Specialty Steel continue to invest millions of dollars in capital to make these facilities more competitive while maintaining and increasing employment levels. Dunkirk Specialty Steel is currently completing a $10 million investment, which includes a new bar finishing cell. They expect to be in full production by March 2019. This increase in production will generate more jobs. Special Metals in 2018 invested $2.8 million in upgrades, including a major overhaul to their electrical system. In 2019, they are looking to invest $8.1 million and look to improve the working environment for their staff. Their 5-year capital spending plan will continue to increase year after year. We enjoy a very professional and good working relationship with all of these employers. We meet with them regularly. Our development department also reaches out to them whenever they are in need of any type of service that we can help them with. We reach out and try to help them. In 2018, ECR International Incorporated celebrated their 90th anniversary. CEO Ron Passoferro invited me to be there with them. I was there with some of their staff members, was introduced to them, and they gave me a tour of their facility. I was very impressed with all the new upgrades that they did there. They've made a recent investment in a new CNC and laser machinery for sheet metal operations on Middle Road in the city of Dunkirk. This is an employer that has over 100 employees. These are good paying jobs here in the city of Dunkirk. And again, anything that we can do to keep them being successful, that's what our job is to do. Athenix, the city DPW, is assisting with stormwater, sanitary sewer, potable water, and fire protection at that site. We've improved sidewalks, a small bridge on Stagelski Avenue, and assisted with water line connections. We continue to reach out to help them We work with the town of Dunkirk, and we are always available to help them. Our DPW, under the command of Randy Woodbury, our DPW director, has been helpful in many, many ways for this project to happen. And we're excited about the Athenix project because there's supposed to be a huge spin-off from this. We're already seeing that happen with some major developers coming into our city and inquiring about developing and investing funds and money in our city. The cold storage warehouse will be completed on the former Edgewood property. This project should be completed in 2019. This is a project that I'm very proud of. This is one of the first projects that I became involved with when I first came into office. It took a long time to get to where we're at now, a $17 million investment. It's been a collaborative effort between the City of Dunkirk, Philbrook Foods, Chautauqua County IDA, and New York State. And I'd like to commend again the IDA, Rich Dixon, who has been with us right from the beginning on this project, was very helpful. Also, Philbrook Foods has been a willing partner with the City of Dunkirk. We appreciate the fact that they're here. Again, if you don't remember, they increased their employment levels by over 100 just 2 years ago. And this expansion will provide them the opportunity to increase jobs at that site, as well as at the cold storage warehouse site. So this is a really good project for the City of Dunkirk. The Battery Point Villas Phase 1 development is to be completed in 2019. The total amount of this investment is $14 million for 12 buildings with 8 units in each building. In 2018, demolition of the vacant house that was on that property was completed. Now, I just reached out to the developers of this project here. They seem to be now very excited. They're telling me that in 2019, this phase 1 will be completed. But what they also told me was that they have more people that have inquired. They haven't marketed yet these upper level apartments. And they already have more people than they need for that phase 1 project. And they told me that the goal was to try to have, since this is located directly across from where Athenix is going to be built, that they are looking to offer some of these apartment complexes to the staff members that are coming in at Athenix. So we're excited about this project, and we're going to be continuing to monitor and help them as well. The development of the Wyndham Hotel will begin. This is Wingate by Wyndham Hotel. Wyndham has 3 tiers. They have an upper level and then a middle tier. This would be the middle tier. Developers propose investing $11 million in this project. This project will include 4-story building, 85 rooms with a separate restaurant, a brewery, and a pool. I'm being told that the pool will be enclosed with glass. So they're looking to do something kind of fancy there, and it's something that we're very excited about here in the City of Dunkirk on our waterfront. The Stell project on Route 60, this was a development, $16 million investment, which includes 45 units on 25 scattered sites throughout the city. Construction began in 2018, and what's unique about this program, it's about home ownership. We're looking at, with this program, people coming in to lease it with the option to buy it and become tax-paying citizens in our City of Dunkirk. That's a good program. In 2019, we will begin the revitalization of our Central Avenue corridor, the revitalization of the Coburn block, and we've been working with the new owner in obtaining the best funding opportunities for this project. The goal here is to create a mixed use with storefront on the bottom floors and upper end housing on the upper floors. I've had personal meetings with the owner, and what he's looking to do, again, is storefront on the bottom, but we're talking about condo-type apartments on the upper levels. I believe that these apartments and these condos will be going pretty quickly. That's my vision. I honestly believe that this is going to happen with all the development and the good jobs that are coming into the city. There's going to be a need for upper-end housing, and that's what this project is about. Agricultural Transport is relocating to the city of Dunkirk in 2019. Jacob Sam has been a true partner with the city of Dunkirk. Our development department has been working very closely with him. We've been working with him for well over a year, and we finally have come to a point where we can announce that he is going to be moving his business into the city of Dunkirk. This is, again, a very good thing for the city of Dunkirk. The Pier 30 project is to be developed along Dunkirk's waterfront in 2019. We've been working again with the owner of the marina, the person that leases it from us, Mr. Charles Pringle. This is a project that is included as part of our Pier project. Smart growth funds are being used as an incentive. He is investing some of his money in our property. Again, he does not own the property. The city owns the property. He leases it from us, and he's going to invest money on our property. This is a good thing for the city, ladies and gentlemen. The redevelopment of the former Macaroni and Supply Company is a mixed-use building. These are Restore New York funds. I have to commend our Director of Planning and Development, Rebecca Yanis, for her hard work, time, and effort. We were able to bring in $1 million as an incentive to get people to invest money on this property. We did have somebody who took this offer, and they're looking to invest money at this property. This property is located across the street from the Clarion Hotel and has been vacant for many years. So we're excited about this project as well. It's part of our waterfront revitalization project. Small businesses investing in Dunkirk. The opening of the Fourth Ward Deli happened in 2018. I was there personally with some of my staff. Mr. and Mrs. McCoyak opened this up, and they've been very successful, I'm being told. So we're very proud of that in the Fourth Ward. Councilman Ciboletto was also there. The opening of the Chadwick Bay Antiques. This is on Central Avenue here. The relocation of Andre's Ribs to Central Avenue was another thing that happened here recently. And just today, we attended the grand opening of DK Laser. This is a Lasertron type business for the children to enjoy. I was there myself and had the opportunity to play this morning and had a good time. (2019) is all about focusing on improving downtown Dunkirk, helping existing businesses and bringing in new businesses. Small business loans will be reactivated. Incentives to locate downtown and on Central Avenue are going to be offered. Grant assistance for facade improvements will be applied for. These are programs that we haven't seen in the city in years now. We need to bring that back. The goal here is to work with our existing businesses if they would like to expand or just do some work, some facade improvements, then we want to work with them. We want to help them, and also to bring in new businesses. The goal, once again, is to get our central business district moving again, get more pedestrian traffic in there. So small businesses is how we're going to start to do that. Wright Park project, phase 1 was completed in 2018. These amenities included the very popular splash pad, basketball courts, pickleball courts, as well as better signage, lighting, roof, bathrooms, and upgrades to the beach house grill. A new parking lot was completed along with landscaping and other improvements. There was a lot of excitement about this project, and I just want to tell you that this was a project that probably should have happened before I came into office. When I came into office, one of the first things that I did with our development department was I assigned them to head to Buffalo to meet with the regional director to ascertain what we needed to do to move this project forward. When we went out there, we were told that was the first time that they had met with anyone from the city of Dunkirk. That was disappointing, but we've improved now, and like I said, I can tell you phase 1 has been completed. We are going to move forward with a phase 2, and hopefully the state will be as nice to us as they have been. The Point Gratiot project, phase 1, was completed in 2018. These amenities include major renovations to the main pavilion, including the restrooms, new metal roofs on all park pavilions, host 4 restrooms, and a new music entertainment pavilion to host more city-sponsored events. When I came into office in my first year, one of the biggest complaints I was receiving from people was that we don't do enough at the Point, that we don't do enough activities there. They wanted to hear live music there and have us do more festivals and special events there. So this is part of that effort to bring more people to that point. It's a beautiful point, one of the biggest parks in the city, and we're going to start using it more. The Dunkirk Dog Park construction began in 2018. We recently received a grant award to acquire the property and will be completing the dog park project in 2019. The animal shelter relocation is going to be happening as part of this project. First, I would like to thank Purina, Ron Bowers. They stepped up to the plate right away. When the opportunity came up, they came up with a $10,000 sponsorship to start this project. There's others that have also come on board as sponsors, but we put a proposal into New York State, and I'm happy to announce today that this past week we received notice that we are being approved for that grant application, which means that we will be moving our animal shelter from our current location, where we have received plenty of complaints, to a new location right next to the dog park. The unique thing about this project now is that we in the city of Dunkirk can serve as a hub for other municipalities to work with them so that we can save taxpayers money, and not just the city of Dunkirk, but other municipalities as well. I just want to add that the current site where the animal shelter is, we're going to be looking to bring that back to what its original use was intended for, which is bathrooms on that beach. Smart growth projects. Again, these are funds that we received from New York State, Empire State Development. The Central Connection project began with paving and intersection improvements to include bike lanes and bike repair stations. The goal with this project is to connect the city, the university, and the village. Again, when I first came into office, we started meeting. I was a brand new mayor. We had a new mayor in Fredonia, and we met with the President Horvath of the university. We continued those meetings that year, and we started brainstorming ideas. And I have to admit that there came a point in time when I was feeling that I didn't know why we were meeting, because I didn't feel that we were moving forward with anything. But I can tell you that I was wrong. It was worth the time that we spent meeting. We now receive funding, and we are in the beginning stages of this project. This project will connect the city, once again, with the village and the university, bringing the university students to both Barker Commons in the village of Fredonia and our waterfront in the city of Dunkirk. We have close to 5,000 students in the University of Fredonia, and we would like for them to come out to Dunkirk so we can showcase what we have to offer as well. 2019 will include the Pier Improvements project, pedestrian-friendly improvements and amenities to the pier, will improve safety and more defined traffic and pedestrian areas along the harbor front. This project is something that we want to bring to the city. Everything that the fishermen and the boaters can do at that pier now, currently, they'll still be able to do. The only thing that's going to change with this project is that it'll be more friendly to some of the other folks who don't fish, some of the other folks who don't use boats. Kids, parents with kids can come out here and use the pier and spend some time there. So this was important for us. Many communities with piers are enhancing their piers. This is the model that they're using. We have tweaked this model several different times at the request of residents and other people who use the pier. And this is the final draft, so we are ready for implementation and construction. We are looking to complete this project in 2019. Main Street restrooms facilities improvements includes new windows, roof, doors, toilets, sinks, mirrors. This is a renewed partnership between the city and New York State Parks. We met with New York State Parks. We visited a contract with them and realized that some of the things we were supposed to be doing and they were supposed to be helping us with were not happening in the city of Dunkirk. This Main Street restroom has been remodeled. We are looking to have it, top of the line, and New York State Parks was very helpful in doing this, so we have to thank, once again, New York State for their help in completing this project. In 2018, we were able to complete the Howard Avenue Bridge project. This was, again, funded through Bridge New York. It was the first project approved in New York State under Bridge New York. Our city crews installed new water lines in that project, and residents now have fire protection there. They hadn't had fire protection there in over 11 years, over a decade. When I came into office, that was one of the first things that I said I wanted to address. And we came up with a plan. We went out to Buffalo and met with state DOT. We had the county involved, but we also put in a request to the state under the Bridge New York program. And we were fortunate enough to be identified as a high priority. So we were chosen, we were the first community chosen, this first project under Bridge New York. And we completed it this year. The residents there are very happy. It's a brand new bridge. We didn't just do the bridge though. We went underneath there and checked the water lines and sewer lines to make sure that those were updated and upgraded as well. The Seal Street project, again, is a project that was completed in 2018. This provided new water lines to residents. We rebuilt and repaved the roads and provided fire protection for all residents. This is, again, another street that lacked fire protection. We were able to now bring that community there, those residents that live on that street, fire protection. And this was done using CDBG funds. These are federal HUD funds that come into the city. This was an eligible project for that, and so we were able to complete that project in 2018. Very proud of this project too, because again, we went underneath there to provide new water lines for those residents. In 2019, the Senior Center Improvements Grant will go into implementation. This, again, is something I'm very proud of. We worked with New York State. I have to thank the governor, but I also have to thank our Senator, Kathy Young, for her help, and also Mary Ann Spanos, Dr. Spanos, met with myself, our city attorney, initially to meet on how we could increase the programming at our senior center. Improvements to the building, an addition of 2,200 square feet space for programs and activities are included. The addition of a new office for on-site medical office and adult daycare services are going to be happening at the senior center. My office was receiving complaints from some of the seniors that they wanted to have some of these services there, one site. So currently we were not providing that. But after this project is complete, we will be providing some of these services here, health services as well as daycare, adult daycare services. This is something they wanted, and we're able to do that with a $750,000 grant from New York State. The Northern Chautauqua County Water District implementation of Phase 1 started in 2018. Again, there's a lot of excitement about this project. This was a lot of hard work, many people involved. This started long before I became part of the team here, but I can tell you that the city stands very proud as the sole supplier of water to the North County Water District. We've increased our revenue now by $500,000 in that water fund, and we hope to expand that. We are currently upgrading our water plant so that we can have more capacity there to supply even more customers. This year, we will be administering $6.2 million worth of projects and $8.4 million including CDBG funding. 2019 is a year of project implementation, planning work, and pursuing additional grant funding. The City of Dunkirk was designated as a BOA community in 2018. This is important because never before were we designated as a BOA community. This Brownsfield designation means it provides the city the opportunity to provide incentive funds. We're talking millions of dollars for major developers to come into our city and develop, which means if they come in on one of the eligible sites, which are many in the city, and they do a cleanup, they can get pretty much 2 to 1 on their dollars. So that's a huge, huge incentive to be able to offer for major developers in our city. Zombie property survey was completed, and the city has hired a legal team to help combat zombie properties in the city. Zombie properties is an issue that municipalities across the state are dealing with. When I go to Albany and I attend some of these conferences, I can't tell you how many mayors I hear stand up to complain about, the laws in the state and things like that. So we are working on in our own way to try to deal with these issues here in the city of Dunkirk, and I just want everyone to know that. This year, the comprehensive plan will be completed. This is another important item for the city of Dunkirk. We need to have a comprehensive plan, an updated one, and that has been a lot of work for our development department, but I'm happy to announce that we will be completing that comprehensive plan this year. This year, a tree inventory management plan will be completed. We received funding from New York State. We proposed for a grant, and we were granted it. It was amazing that this turnover happened really quick. The decision was made, and kudos goes once again to our Director of Planning and Development. She's got magic there because she puts it in and they come back right away. Under the CDBG program, we utilized nearly $380,000 in CDBG funding. Children's programs at the Boys and Girls Club and Chautauqua Striders were funded. When I came into office, I directed our team that these were 2 programs that needed to be funded. Chautauqua Striders also offers after-school programming. And in the city of Dunkirk, there are plenty of times, I know firsthand, that there are plenty of times that there are people, students, who need that extra help and don't get it. So we funded these 2 programs, and we're very proud of that. Emergency home repairs for residents and housing rehabilitation for residents is another program that we felt very strongly about. There are people who are homeowners in the city but can barely make it and cannot afford to do necessary improvements to their homes. If they are income eligible, they can apply to us, and we'll use CDBG funds to improve their home. Closing costs and down payment assistance for first-time Dunkirk home buyers is also a program that we support. We provided $35,000 for that program. This program helps new homeowners who can't afford a down payment or closing costs to be able to make that purchase and become tax-paying citizens in our community. With the CDBG program, the 2019 expected projects and programs, our emergency roof repair program. This is a program that we receive many calls on, and so we want to fund that. Sidewalk repair and replacement program has always been in there. It's something we're going to continue. The Hope Community Services Center is something that was needed. We're looking to help with funding that. And the Adams Art Gallery is a project that we have tried to assist them with. I believe that we gave them about $24,000 to help refurbish that building. We're going to try to continue to help them as much as we can. Our youth and recreation, we started when I came into office implementing new programs. This came as a result of requests made by community members. We started a youth basketball league for elementary school kids. In 2018, for the first time, we conducted a home run derby. Kids participated for a chance to compete at the 2018 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Camp Gross is in its 26th year in 2018. Over 300 children were in attendance, a record-breaking summer. It's a good program, one of the best programs and camps that we have in the city of Dunkirk, and I might add, in the county. In 2018, field conditions in the city have improved with better lighting and leveling of dirt for our softball leagues that we have. Our co-ed fast pitch leagues combined to have over 20 teams with 200 participants. Flag football had a record-breaking number of teams. Over 160 players participated. Excuse me. I also want to thank the Dunkirk School District, again, for allowing us to use their beautiful field there for some of our games. Floor hockey is another sport activity that we provide in the city of Dunkirk. These are adults who come in and play a floor hockey, and it's very exciting. I've been out there to watch them. I haven't participated as of yet. I didn't want to show off, but it's a good program. The city's recreation program continues to show movies at the Recreation Center. This has been a huge hit, especially for the younger kids. Parents love bringing their kids there to show movies, and we provide that, and popcorn and things like that. The city of Dunkirk has once again received national recognition for its uniquely superb walleye fishing tournaments and derbies, and we are going to continue with that. We have the Winterfest coming up here on February 9th with another fishing tournament. Our Harbor Commission has been involved in the planning of this event, and we're very excited about the opportunity to go fishing. Festivals and events. Our music on the pier continues to grow and is receiving much recognition, including being voted the 2018 Best Western New York Hotspot by Lake Erie Living Magazine's Best of Lake Erie 2018 edition. Again, this is huge. This is one of our major events in the city during the summer months. This event has grown to a point where we have people, and I keep saying this, my office receives calls from people who want to know when the dates are because they have family members here and they want to plan their vacation around our events. We had the Great Lakes Experience again in 2018. Many people enjoyed that Great Lakes Experience Festival in the city of Dunkirk. It was attended by over 2,000 spectators. This is an event that I would like to also thank Jack DeAgostino here with us today for his effort in helping to make this thing happen. Our Spring Fest, we had the Edward M. Cotter Fireboat here, and I'm happy to report that we are planning to bring them back again. Arrangements are being made to bring them back, except the difference will be that next year, when we bring them back this year in 2019, they'll come with a $500,000 renovations completed to their boat. The July 4th celebration was again the largest 4th of July fireworks display in Chautauqua County. We had thousands and thousands of people come over. I can tell you that I'm very proud of our emergency service, police and fire, the job that they did, DPW, all of our departments working together very professionally, I might add. I can tell you that when I was a trooper, I attended many events where I was charged with, monitoring 3 or 4 guys, and to see the events that we did here with the 4th of July and how big it was, I was very proud to be the mayor at that time because the professionalism showed by all of our departments was, to me, something to be proud of. Another festival and event that's actually growing on its own here is the Lakeshore Street Rod Harbor Cruise. In 2018, over 700 cars participated at Point Gracia. In 2019, the City Special Events Department will participate to help coordinate the event. What we want to do is incorporate that as one of the events that we do annually. They've moved now to the Point, and they need that whole park. Last year, they did not have the whole park, and it was a little bit confusing. I attended the event. This year, they're going to have the whole park, and I believe they're going to fill it. The Great Lakes Offshore Grand Prix took place for the first time in the city of Dunkirk in 2018. It was streamed live in 105 countries. We had a community parade. It's going to be televised by CBS Sports in March of 2019. It also included a mini air show during intermissions. All the local hotels were sold out. The powerboat racers and crews utilized 600-plus hotel rooms. The estimated economic impact is approximately $10 million, and this is countywide. This event was by far one of the biggest events that I've been involved with in any capacity in my career. I can tell you that it involved a lot of planning, and I was very proud, once again, of all of our people, all of our staff that were involved. One of the hardest things for a mayor is to get people to work together. And I can tell you that it wasn't that hard for this. The planning of this event included a lot of different people from many different agencies and departments, and they all worked together to make it happen. The outcome was self-evident that they did a hell of a job. And I can tell you that we're planning to have this event again. I'm proud to announce that New York State has become involved now. The I Love New York campaign is going to be sponsoring this event as well by providing us $225,000 for 2 more years. So that is the first time that the city of Dunkirk has been involved with the I Love New York campaign in any of our events. This is really good for the city because the I Love New York campaign markets all of their events nationwide. So this is awesome for the city. And again, this was televised. It's going to be televised by CBS Sports. It was streamed live in 105 countries, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do this again. The only difference will be that this time I'm being told by the CEO of the company that we're going to have twice as many boats here. People want to come to Dunkirk. Our Beach Bash provided live entertainment, food vendors, and world-renowned sand sculptor Dan Belcher. Again, sometimes little things like having a sand sculptor there draws a lot of people. We had a sand sculptor here, and many people came in to pay us compliments on what a job he did. The Picnic at the Point, again, was another event that we do annually here. This is about the kids. It was a really good event, very well attended, and we were proud to continue to have that event here in the city of Dunkirk. In 2018, City Hall was open to the children for trick-or-treating before the designated hours of trick-or-treating. Over 400 children and parents attended. This has become a huge event. We did it now for every year that I've been in office, and we receive compliments all the time, not only from the kids, but by the parents. Some of the parents bring their kids here for trick-or-treating, and that becomes their trick-or-treating day. So it was fun. I want to thank all of our staff that were involved in that event there. These are things that our staff members did not have to do. They provided candy for the kids, and the kids had a lot of fun. So thank you. On November 24th, we had the Small Business Saturday as well as a tree lighting ceremony, and we included this year for the first time horse-drawn carriage. This was exciting. Many people came out just because of the horse-drawn carriage. And for some of the kids that were on it, it was the first time they actually were on a carriage with a horse. So it was an awesome, awesome time just to see the look on the kid's face and the parents' gratification of having that. This was done all free of charge, and I want to thank our Special Events Coordinator, Hector Rosas, for soliciting the funds to be able to provide this free to our city residents. The Farmers Market introduced first mobile market application in partnership with Erie 2 BOCES. We expanded the market to Philbrook Foods to offer on-site food stands to employees. We held the second annual Farm to Table fundraising event. Our farmers market is beginning to grow. Again, Philbrook Foods is a true partner with the city, and we took that farm farmer's market out to Philbrook Foods, and we received a lot of compliments there too. I continue to build relationships. Again, I include that every year because I think it's important as mayor to continue to not only build relationships, but improve on the relationships we do have. I work with many people, some of them across the state, some of them locally, and I always try to reach out to them, whether it's a lunch, a breakfast, a dinner, just to get together with them to make sure that we are improving a relationship. By the way, the mayor of Dunkirk, France, is going to be in New York State this year, and we're looking to make arrangements to meet. Things to look forward to in 2019, we're looking to work again with other municipalities on shared services. In my sincere opinion, I think that there's more we can do with shared services to save taxpayers money. I belong to the Chadwick Bay, the city of Dunkirk does. That's a group with other supervisors and mayors, and we meet regularly. I try to attend most of those meetings. At those meetings, sometimes creative ideas are brought up on how we can share services and save money, and I think it's a fruitful way to reach out to other communities to work together. We look to implement projects and new developments. One of the things about new projects when they come in is that the following year you actually have to implement them. That's a lot of work. So we're going to continue to implement these projects and new developments. I'd like to talk a little bit about the Methadone Clinic. I received a call the other day. I was out in Albany, and I received a call from a council member who basically was upset that we didn't have the Methadone Clinic here yet. So today I would like to announce to you that we have not given up on the Methadone Clinic. I know there's a couple members of our community that have called my office and left messages. I've talked to them personally and are very concerned. They think that I gave up on this Methadone Clinic. I have not given up on this Methadone Clinic, and I want you to know that I'm going to fight for this Methadone Clinic because it will save lives. We lost 2 people here 2 weeks ago, and it hit home. There are people dying, ladies and gentlemen. We need this Methadone Clinic. It's not something we want, it's something we need. So with us here today, we have a member of the Akasha Network. They do business in Buffalo as the Hispanics United of Buffalo, and the executive director is here with us, Gino Russi, and I can tell you, if you have never been to one of these clinics, that you should visit his clinic. I have been out there myself. Our director of planning development has been out there, and some of my other staff, and we're very impressed with the cleanliness there and how secure it is. They have their own professional security. They work well with the police department locally, and we have to welcome them with open arms here in the city of Dunkirk. That is my plan. Currently, I can report to you that we are in discussions. They have looked at different sites. They continue to look at different sites in the city. They've narrowed it down to 3 different sites, and I'm being told that within a month, they will pick a site here in the city. So I know that our councilman, who happens to be here with us, it meant a lot to him. I missed the last council meeting, but he brought it up, and I want you to know that we have not given up on this project. We're going to move forward with it. And one other thing, I just want, again, to remind people, the LED project is going into construction very soon. When we do, all of the city facilities are going to be in construction at one point or another, as well as all of our street lamps. I've asked for the the developer to make sure that we're working together so that it does not interfere with the current programs and events that we have planned in the city of Dunkirk. So at this time, this concludes my presentation to you. But at this time, I want to say that my administration and I have been working very, very hard for our city residents and our city taxpayers. I intend to continue to do that for the next 4 years, and I want you to know that it is with your support that we are successful in the city of Dunkirk. The city of Dunkirk is receiving much recognition statewide, and it's because we're working. We are actually working. We're reaching out to wherever we have to go to make sure that we are doing the best for our city here in the city of Dunkirk. So thank you very much for coming.
So before we go, I just wanted to recognize a couple of individuals. I know that the Athenics plant was supposed to be here, and they were possibly bringing in their the owner, but they couldn't make it because of the weather, obviously. But they did make a call, and they will be meeting with us and with the town soon. Okay. I wanted to recognize Bob Mankowski, the county legislator, who happened to make it after the bell, but he is here with us. The hotel developers are here with us today. Bill and Mark are here. Can you stand up, please, to be recognized so they can put a face to the name? There they are. Now, if I can have Jordan Rosas come up to perform our closing song, which was the Oh Beautiful. How about a round of applause? Now, Jordan is the mayor's son, and Jordan is here filming a movie out in Buffalo, and that's coming to conclusion. So Jordan will be leaving us shortly, and he's going to perform America the Beautiful as a gift to the mayor. So, Jordan, the mic is all yours.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
So this concludes. I want to thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts, and this concludes our presentation for today. And the mayor is has some refreshments and some goodies in the mayor's conference room for you guys. Use it as a little mixer, if you will. All right. Good job.
Well, okay. We appreciate you being here. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you. Thank you, and from all of us here at Dunkirk Access, thank you. Check us out on Spectrum 1301 and DunkirkAccess.com, our YouTube page. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.